The nightlife. Drinks, laughs, dancing. What was once a normal thing to do is now done under many rules and regulations. It was from one night to the other that millions of nightlife workers were laid off in March of this year. COVID-19 came as a surprise to many, becoming the first time in history to shut down all bars, restaurants, and nightclubs throughout the U.S. The nightlife industry is at the top of the list of most affected jobs. Not only has it affected workers from these establishments, but also business owners. Two business partners were forced to shut down their establishment due to the struggles they faced since the beginning of this pandemic.
Started a business called LAG, stood for Libations and Gaming. It was a video gaming bar and restaurant, kind of like a sports bar where you go in there, you're very social and you're playing pool or darts with somebody, but instead you're playing video games in this place. So we had full bar, we had craft cocktails, craft beers, amazing food, and then all the games were free as well.
After being open for nearly 2 years, August 2nd marked their last day.
Very hard to put all your work, all your money, all your time to a business, then have someone say you can't work anymore. And so now we just lose everything and it's gone. We had roughly about 10 employees on and off the entire time. And so we had to tell them we don't have a job anymore. We tried to renegotiate with the landlord and say, hey, we can't afford this. We're not open. We are a restaurant. We're part of the community here. And none of that mattered. Without any way to decrease the rent and decrease the cost, it just wasn't worth it to stay open, not knowing what the future would hold.
The real problem was that we just never knew when it was going to go back to normal. And the thing that I realized is it's just not going to go back to normal. And I think that that's something that we all just have to collectively understand. And not, at the beginning, we were all just chasing to get back to the weeks prior to that, right? And then a couple months in, we all just realized, okay, this is the new reality. This is what we're going to have to deal with now.
A DJ from Los Angeles faces twice the loss, losing his DJ job at a radio station and weekend job at bars and nightclubs. How has COVID affected you as a DJ?
My photo work is affected because basically the entire industry is closed. We're basically at a standstill, waiting for the next step.
The unemployment rate is at its highest since the pandemic started 7 months ago.
So I worked at a popular radio station in LA. My last day of work was March 13th, and basically they furloughed basically myself and my entire department. About 2 to 3 months later, that's when they started laying us off slowly.
Do you fear it might be harder to find a job in your field of work after COVID?
My next step is just to find immediate work. It doesn't matter where it's at right now, just work. Do I fear for the future? Absolutely not. I think everything will play out the way it needs to play out.
Robert is still able to stay afloat with unemployment, and though his passion lies in the music industry, he remains optimistic about his future. Although financial help was provided for many, others had a different story. This person decided to keep their identity anonymous and will be going by the name of Maria. Maria has over 10 years of bartending experience in the U.S., but due to her citizenship status, she was not eligible for economic relief.
Pienso que dieron ayuda a mucha gente.
I think they helped a lot of people, and a lot of us lost that opportunity because of our immigration status. I do believe there should be more help, maybe not financially, but with more jobs. After losing her job overnight and not receiving any type of financial help from the government, Maria feared for her future.
Es muy fácil encontrar.
In this field of work, everyone is replaceable. It's really easy to find people and replace people. I now believe that these type of jobs should be looked at like side jobs or part-time jobs, not as a main source of income. After working in this field for a very long time, I've also noticed that the age matters, and many places only hire younger servers or bartenders. Many people were able to receive a stimulus check of $1,200 per individual, which is also known as the CARES Act. Unfortunately, people like Maria were left out from receiving that type of help. As of today, bars and restaurants must follow specific safety procedures, such as having limited capacity with patio seating and also requiring customers and employees to wear a mask. COVID-19 has created a new way of living for all over the world, and with no vaccine in sight, it is hard to see when things will go back to normal. It's no doubt that the pandemic has affected different individuals from the nightlife industry. But one thing is for certain, this will not stop them from continuing their journey.